Hello everyone, my name is Anderson and welcome back to the class. Welcome back to the practice video for the modal verbs. And this video will review two videos about modal verbs, and we're going to practice and reinforce what we learned from the two previous videos about modal verbs. Okay, before we practice, let's really quickly review the concept of modal verbs. So, first of all, what are modal verbs? Can you tell me? Good. Modal verbs are helping verbs, simply saying. So modal verbs provides additional meaning to the main verb. So there's something that we cannot express by using main verb itself. When we cannot express something just by a main verb, we use modal verb to express much more widely. Okay, that's why we use modal verbs. So we have four common modal verbs we have covered. One, can. Two, may. Three, must. And four, we will. So we have four modal verbs, but we have two different functions in each modal verb. So when it comes to can, we have ability. So I can do it. So I can swim. So I will write it for you. So I can swim. Swim. So permission. Can I swim? What about the obligation? You must. You must quit. Logical certainty. So it's like 100% true. So like there's no doubt. It must be you. Stuff like that. What about permission? So it's pretty same. It's pretty same function with can, permission. But remember, may. We use may when it comes to permission. It's a bit formal, like a job interview. Okay. Like, so may I speak? This is really formal. May I speak? And can I speak is a bit different mood. Same meaning, but different situation. What about this one? A small possibility. It may rain. So you don't know. It's like 50%. You don't know. He may live in London. What about will? Prediction. So we use will, prediction, to predict a future situation. So he will come. So he will bring some drinks. Don't worry. A future expectation, stuff like that. So he will bring some blah blah blah. What about decision? So this is like a willful act. So I gotta fail from university, so I need to study hard. So I say I will study hard. It's like will to do it. So I will study hard. I'm gonna study hard and I'm gonna get a first, like that. So decision. So decide to yourself. Make a decision for yourself. So I will will study hard. So I have covered all of these modal verbs with example sentence, but we have a similarity construction. So how do we make sentences? How do we make sentences with modal verbs? So, modal verbs we normally construct like this. So subject, modal verb, and then main verb, and then the object. We have three main rules. First of all, we have modal verbs comes first. The modal verbs come first, and then the main verb. So like this. So let me give you an example again. So he may as a modal verb, and then live in London. So the modal verb came first, and then the main verb live came after. What about the second one? Modal verbs never change the form itself. So regardless of which subject it is, like he, she, we, as I said, modal verb stays always the same. Okay, rule number 3. The main verb with modal verb should stay as a base form. So as an example, not like lives or lived. We always stay the same. When the main verb stays with modal verbs, so we stay as a base form. He may live, not lives or lived. Okay, very good. Now let's start the practice. So let's start with the principle of modal verbs. So we have a question here. Why do we use modal verbs? Why do we use modal verbs? Let's have a look at the options. 3 options first. Number 1, modal verbs can describe the subject. Modal verbs can describe the subject. It's like pretty boy or delicious cake, like that. Modal verbs are the verbs for counting numbers. Okay. Number 3, modal verbs can provide additional meaning to the main verb. Modal verbs can provide additional meaning to the main verb. What did I say? Modal verb is just like a makeup artist, and main verb it's just like a model. So modal verb usually provide the expression that main verb cannot express by itself. So modal verbs can provide additional meaning to the main verb. So the answer is number 3. So modal verbs can provide additional meaning to the main verb. That's the function of the modal verbs. So let's move on. Select the correct modal verb to complete the sentence. So let's have a look at the example sentence here. So Michael speak 4 languages. Michael speak 4 languages. The hint says we need to use modal verb, which indicates ability. So we need to remember. We need to go back. We need to go back to the brain, and we need to remember the family of will family, can family, must family. So will, it's like prediction. He will come. And also decision. Can, ability. Yes. We got the answer, but let's do it. Permission, can I do it? Must, obligation. Permission, the logical certainty. So the answer is can speak. Michael can speak 4 languages. So Michael can. I can do it. I can speak 4 languages. Very good. So let's move on to the next one. So select the correct modal verbs to complete the sentence. Let's read the question. Hello. I ask you a favor. I ask you a favor. I ask you a favor. So hint says asking a permission, a modal verb which asks a permission. So we need to figure out must. Hello, must I ask you a favor? Or may I ask you a favor? Or will I ask you a favor? Which would be the correct modal verb for this sentence? The answer is may. But teacher, why did you put can? Because they both indicates permission. But teacher, you said, okay, I know. We have 2 situations. May is a bit more formal. Can is a bit less formal, so we can say informal to friends or something. But in this situation, as good, so this girl is asking a number to him, so we can go for formal. So may I ask you a favor? Stuff like that. Okay, very good. Let's move on to the next question. This book change your life. This book change your life. The hint says a small possibility. So can, ability. Permission, can I? Must, obligation. And then certainty. May. May can be asking a permission, but at the same time, we also use may for talking about when we talk about a small possibility. So the answer is may. This book may change your life. It will change your life or it will not change your life. I don't know, but we'll see. It's a 50-50%. That's why we use may. So if you're really certain, if you like it's a 100% sure, you can say must. But it's small possibilities. That's why we used may. Okay, very good. Let's move on to the next question. Shannon is reading a party invitation letter. So, Shannon has received an invitation letter like this. So we have a dress code for the party. And you wear any clothes with purple color. So the hint says obligation. The hint says the obligation. So let's read the sentence again. We have a dress code for the party. So you wear any clothes with purple color. So the hint says obligation. We need to use modal verb that indicates obligation. So let's move on. So we have 3 options. 1, can. 2, must. 3, may. So you can wear any clothes with purple color. It makes sense, but it's not an obligation. It seems like you can wear, but you don't have to wear. It's not like that. Obligation is like no exception. Purple or nothing, just like that. So can is just like a permission or ability. May is just like a permission or a small possibility. So 50-50%. But must is the obligation. So the answer is must. So let's read the sentence together to complete the one. You must wear any clothes with purple color. You must wear. That's the obligation. So we should use the modal verb must in this question, in this sentence, to complete the sentence. Very good. Let's move on to the next one. Next question. Devin and Thomas are waiting to have a picnic, but it's raining heavily outside. So select the correct modal verb to complete the sentence. Let's read the sentence together. 1, 2, 3. Wait a few minutes. I think it stop raining soon. I think it stop raining soon. So hint says the modal verb indicates prediction. So we foresee the future situation here. So let's have a look at the options. So first of all, will. Second, must. Third, can. So I think it will stop raining soon. Sorry. I think it must stop raining soon. I think it can stop raining soon. So can, as we know, it says we use can for talking about ability, permission. I think this is a out of option. Okay, forget about the can. Okay, what about the next one? Must, the certainty. No doubt. Obligation, no exception. Will. Decision. I will do it. The next one, prediction. So the answer is will. Wait a few minutes. I think it will stop raining soon. It will. So like they're really unsure, but like they're just foresee the future. It will stop raining soon. So prediction. So we should use will. I think it will stop raining soon. So still we used the base form of stop. So will stop, not stopped or stops. It will stop. Very good. Let's move on to the next one. Select the correct modal verb to complete the sentence. Apartments in New York, be expensive. Apartments in New York, be expensive. So the hint says logical certainty. So will is a prediction and decision. Must is obligation and logical certainty. 3, ability or permission. So which would be the answer? The answer is must. Must be expensive. Must be expensive. So logical certainty. They just know. It's no doubt that the apartments in New York must be expensive. Okay. So what if we erase modal verb? So we can say apartments in New York are expensive, right? So we want to put logical certainty here. So we should put must in here, right? Must. But we need to change R into a base form. What did I say? We need the base form of R is am, is, be. So don't be confused. B is the right one. So must be expensive is the right answer. Very good. And let's move on to the next one. I start writing diary. I start writing diary. So we have a hint here. The modal verb this modal verb needs to indicate decision. Yeah. So one, we need to remember this. Ability. Lastly, ability. Permission. Can I do it? I can swim. Must. Obligation. You must do it. 100%, no exception, logical certainty. Our apartments in New York must be expensive, certainty. Will, prediction, it will rain tomorrow. And then, decision. I will start writing diary. So this person hasn't planned writing a diary before, but she or he said, I will start writing diary from now on. So he made a promise to himself. So he made a decision to him or herself. So we should use the modal verb will, which indicates decision in the sentence. I will start writing diary. Remember, we always go to the base form. And also, modal verbs won't change regardless of which subject is that. So I will, he will, she will, we will start writing diary. Okay, very good. Well done. So when you go back to the website, there will be a PDF file for you guys to review all the information that we have learned so far about modal verbs. So please have a look, and I'll see you on the next lesson. Bye bye and see you later. Thank you.